Hi, this is Sharon Hooper with Washington Vocational Services, and this is my colleague.
Hello, I'm Kara Cohn, Washington Vocational Services. Nice to see you all.
We are here today to talk to you about self-awareness. Now, you may wonder, what the heck is self-awareness? Well, self is me. Awareness is just paying attention to me, basically. Kara, would you like to share? We decided that for this video, we would share one of our newsletters with you. We have several newsletters, and this one is about self-awareness. So did you know that there are two ways to be self-aware? We have inside self-awareness, and we have everything else that is outside self-awareness. So self-awareness inside is, how are you feeling right now in this moment? Is there a part of my body that feels light or painful? Am I hungry? What am I doing right now? Am I tired? Do I need a shower? Do I feel like I want to connect with someone? Am I lonely? Wow, so many questions going on in my head. And these are all questions that I am asking about myself to be aware of. Kara, do you have some other ideas about self-awareness?
So I think it's super important that we realize that we have the ability to scan what's happening inside at any time. And when we do that, it's important to be able to identify and label what it is we're feeling. So when we think about our feelings, we're not just talking about being tired or sleep or hungry or needing a drink of water. It's more about, am I frustrated? Am I sensing that I'm a little angry? Am I so filled with joy? And being able to notice, simply noticing when those things are occurring and being able to go, oh, there it is. Also, Sharon, it's really important, especially right now in the midst of COVID-19, to have a sense of where our bodies have been in space and time. So that if we are interacting with other people besides just our immediate family members, it's really a good idea to even just play a game with ourselves and remember what day it was that we interacted with somebody else outside of our household. What day I went to the pharmacy, what day I went to the doctor. Did I talk to a nurse? Have I seen my friend on the street? And just recalling what I was doing during all those interactions. So we put a couple of different suggestions. If you look at number one, it talks about recording yourself in a period of 5 minutes, just taking your phone and playing a little game and seeing if you can come up with a list of all your contacts. Then you could play a game with somebody else. If you're in the same household, the two of you, or however many, could write down lists and then you could compare them and see who has the best memory. So self-awareness is, where am I right now? What's my body doing? And self-awareness inside is, what am I noticing about how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking about, how I'm reacting to my experiences. And of course, it's super important to remember nobody is alone in this. We are all here doing this together, and we have one another. And I want to just point out, Sharon, that for those of us working with WVS clients, the opportunity to reach out is always there. So please feel free to use the information on the side of this newsletter if you would like to contact either Sharon or I, and we could talk more about self-awareness.
I want to make a comment about the COVID-19 real quick. If you happen to be watching this, thankfully, after COVID-19 is over and done with all over the world, those are still good thoughts that Kara gave you to be self-aware about where you've been, who you've been with, just as a practice to practice becoming more aware of your surroundings. And you might be watching this after COVID-19. So grateful that we came out of it ourselves with good health, Kara. Lots of gratefulness here.
Absolutely.
So you may
So Sharon,
wonder why.
why is it important to have self-awareness?
Well, being self-aware helps us identify what we're strong in and maybe what our not so strengths are. Because when we know what our strengths are, we can practice them more and get even stronger. And if we discover some not so strengths, it gives us an opportunity to be aware to improve in something. So maybe one of your self-awareness topics is about personal interests. So when I think about personal interests and self-aware, I think of how I love to tell stories and how I like to write stories.
Mhm.
And I also whistle. Now that may sound kind of weird, but I am a good melodic whistler.
I can vouch for that.
So being aware of what I am strong in, what I do really, really well, as I said, I can move towards those, become more aware, get really strong to live the best life that I can live. Because I think it's important for all of us to always be working towards, and I don't mean work, I mean, you can play towards it if you want to, but we're always moving forward with aspirations and things that we want to accomplish. If
Can I
you
ask a
scroll,
question?
yes, Kara?
Have you ever reached out to somebody else and asked them what your strengths were? Have you ever done that?
I have actually, and I was quite surprised. I was sharing with Kara a little while ago that in my coaching practice, I often ask people to call 3 friends that know them well and just say, my coach gave me an assignment this week to call you and ask you what you think my strengths are. Like, what do you love about me? And I've done it myself with people, and I will tell you, did I blush big? I had no idea that they had an idea of the strengths that I had that I never would have considered.
So,
So
so wouldn't that be a wonderful activity to do with each of our clients? And wouldn't that just be a fun activity for people to get really a boost from the people that know them best?
absolutely. So I have this thing about teams, personal teams and work teams, and I call them my advisory team.
Hmm.
So years and years ago, and they've changed since then, I thought, wow, if I need support, if I need to be more aware of what I'm doing, if I need somebody to say, hey, step back and see what you are doing and pay attention, I needed that feedback. So I wrote to some friends, some coworkers, a couple of professionals, and just asked them if they would be on my informal advisory team. Just to have a conversation once a month for about 45 minutes so that I could ask questions and they could support me on my journey. And they all said yes. It was really awesome. And I've done that since, and I've suggested to many people that they form their own advisory team because we do not have to do this journey alone. It's really important to know in your heart, I mean, really get it, that you can reach out to people to ask for support or fun or feedback. I've never ever had anybody say no, but I do remember being a little fearful of calling and asking. That was on me. It didn't have anything to do with them. So I am giving you permission right now to form your own advisory team. And I want to hear about it later. What do you think,
I
Kara?
love that idea. I love that idea, Sharon. That is really wonderful. So we're going to skip down onto another page here, and we are going to talk about self-awareness, but we're going to make it fun. Before we begin this Mad Lib, I just want everybody to take a moment and look at this great graphic. What matters most is how you see yourself. I love that image, Sharon. What a great way to really drive home the point that the way you see yourself and the ability to have confidence in your strengths and your choices makes all the difference.
And what I just said about how others see us and how we see ourselves is that little kitten is looking in the mirror, and inside that kitten, he is seeing himself as the heart of a lion.
That's right.
Have you ever gone for a walk and you see these little yippy dogs barking at these huge dogs that are 10 times their size?
Daily.
Kind of like that. They feel so powerful inside. Maybe they're little, but they're seeing themselves huge.
I love that. So Sharon, I thought just for fun, we would do this Mad Lib together and give everybody an opportunity to see how it's done.
Okay.
So we're going to fill in these blanks about what is important, and Sharon is going to answer each one of these blanks.
That would
Here
be
we
funny.
go. Here we go. So filling in these blanks can help me create more awareness about what is important to me. When I'm aware of who I am and the actions I take, I will pay attention to my strengths, and then I can be more effective in my daily life. So for instance, I can do
Storytelling and whistling.
really well. One day, somebody saw me doing this and said to me,
You should write down that story.
my strengths are really important to me. When I have a strong awareness about this particular strength of,
Storytelling.
I know that it's an important skill in order to take charge of my life and to help me make good decisions. Sometimes I realize that I might have some areas to strengthen which need attention from me to improve. Things that I want to work on and that need strengthening are
Speaking in front of people and feeling more confident.
Oh, I love that answer, Sharon. I'm going to keep an open mind about wanting to improve and will ask
My friends or coworkers.
to have a conversation with me and share their feedback about how I might improve.
My storytelling technique.
Great. After I get clear about paying more attention to my strengths and areas that I want to strengthen, I will create a self-awareness plan. Some actions I will take are listing my strengths and the things I want to improve. To repeat, my strengths are
Storytelling and whistling.
and what I want to improve is
My presentation and how I look while I am giving storytelling. Not that I want to be
And-
beautiful while I'm storytelling, but I mean, am I confident? Am I projecting? Do I have good posture? Am I frowning or am I smiling a lot?
I will ask
My team of friends and coworkers.
to support my self-improvement plan. So Sharon, there it is. If we just fill in these blanks, we're setting up a template to move forward and improve and strengthen who we are and what we're great at. And it also gives us insight into what we want to get better at.
That is so true. I don't think that most of us take the time to really think about how strong we are. Or I say not so strengths, but let's admit it, sometimes we can feel pretty weak and
Oh,
we can be fearful and we can think, wow, that's too risky for me to ask. I might not like what I hear. These are all different attitudes about how you feel and how you are aware of your thoughts and yourself inside and outside.
this is all really good information, Sharon. And I just want to remind everybody how important it is to be noticing what we're feeling on the inside and what we're doing with our bodies in space and time on the outside. So Sharon, I think we're just about out of time, and I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity to discuss in depth how we can use self-awareness to become the best version of ourselves.
Thanks, Kara. It's been fun doing this, and I hope that we'll get some feedback from some of you. Please feel free to contact us anytime.
Thank you all. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.